Morning everyone, it's currently 4:05 a.m. Saturday morning. Thought I'd do another day in the life because the D10, we're putting the tracks on it this morning and we're doing a bit of work to the trucks this afternoon. I haven't been filming the work we're doing to the trucks for the hauling the Hume run or the gas run or the truck run we got coming up because those videos never get many views, so I'm trying to just put interesting stuff out. So not that this is, but that for the people that like it, it is. So we'll put the tracks on the 10 first. It's been running, it's all been tested, everything's been done to it, so it's going to get painted Monday night. So we put the tracks on this morning, put the ripper in it, and if we're only there for 4.5 hours, we'll put the blade on, walk it into the blade, and then she's ready to go. Alright everyone, here at work this morning. It's currently 5 a.m. I've been here for half hour. The brakes off the Kenworth, we're going to use the brake press before I go home. The 8-wheeler at home, you'll see what I mean by that later on in the video. The reason we're still going with the D10 is just so much, it was a full rebuild basically, so and in the meantime we had a D8R go down and done the bearing in the torque converter, so I'm currently waiting for parts for it. Done that bearing there, which is that one. They've actually got a design fault with where all that's together, and that's got about a 1/4 inch of end float up and down, and they reckon it's fine. So when it's charged of oil, it's obviously got weight on that end of it, but until it charges, it's not good at all. We've had Cat look at it and they said they had one other video and they dismissed it as usable, so there was a video of a bloke doing it or something. Only one worldwide, but anyway. They gave the go ahead to do it, so we're going to. So I've been doing that, plus the dozer, so she's all assembled. I'll put a video up of the first start, but it's on my phone, so it'll be a vertical video and fairly shaky. I didn't bring the equipment in the day we started it. So this morning we're going to roll these tracks on. We just took the ROPS canopy off because to float them here, it's going out Monday night. We had it on there to settle the aircon hoses and everything up, get them right, and to float them here in Australia, or Sydney anyway. It's too high when it's up on the truck, so we took the canopy off just now. You can hear the crane in the background, and then we usually pull these on with a forklift from behind, just with the chain right over that carrier roller, over the final drive into the forklift. One bloke on the forklift and one spins the final drive from inside, but this time we're just going to try and put a chain around the final drive and just winch it on, so we'll see how we go with that. Going to take that chain off now, because when it comes down here, it's obviously we've got to guide it onto that rear idler, so that's not going to let it do it with that chain there. Okay, got that lifted up with a crane. Got it on a jack there, so you can adjust it. It's important it's in the middle. Any play in those pins and it's on one side, you won't get it connected. Holes won't line up, it'll just be that little bit out. I'll leave that chain on that link there and I'll just walk backwards with it just to get it over that idler, and the rest will take place itself. Then we're just buffing all the bolts now, where the other bloke is, and some never sees, and get the specs off the SIS program, and then we'll torque them up and do the same the other side. We've got a valve coming back off an 825 control valve. We've got to reseal. Field service blokes are pulling it off, bringing it back here in the light, and we'll reseal that, and then probably all we'll have time for. So they're both on. I didn't film doing them up because the other bloke doesn't want on camera, and I respect that. So 516 foot-pound plus 90 degrees. Now 516 isn't tight, but 90 degrees on a coarse thread bolt is a hell of a lot more. So they're to spec now. So there's two different types. You'll get a five tooth joining link. You can see this is only one or two, however you want to count it. It's only one really, but 5-tooth joining link have the fine thread bolts, and they're a different spec. I think they're 650 foot-pound or something like that, plus 120 degrees. And these are 516 plus 90 degrees, being coarse. So now we'll spin that final drive on both sides, and you can see the slack behind that final drive there. In order to adjust it, that needs to be in front of the final drive, because when you adjust it, it's obviously turned off, the brakes are on, and it won't pull that slack out because it's got to pull it from underneath if that's locked up. So we'll spin it enough to get that bit of slack there, and at the back of that idler to the front, that'll all sag down, and then the cannon will move out and tighten that track. And I'll show you how to do that. A lot of people don't believe how it's done, and a lot of people are going to say we already knew that. So some people I've showed can't believe how simple it is to push such a heavy track out. So when we built this bench, we use a laptop out here. We've got a Caterpillar program. It's called SIS, Service Information System. All our machines are loaded into it, plus every Caterpillar machine ever built's in there, if you know the prefix or the serial number. And I went in the office and got a monitor, an old computer monitor, and screwed to the back so we can stand here at the rebuild bench and look at it. It's pretty good. Once you've got that cap off, you see a grease nipple in there and a valve. So you just shut that valve, 7/8 spanner, close that valve off. So you open that valve to back the track off, it just leaks the grease back into the track frame. You'll see it's full of oil in there. Now that oil is a big spring in there to take the track tension, absorb track tension and all that sort of thing. So all it's basically doing is stopping everything in there rusting. It's an S50 grade, put S30 in it, whatever you want to do, but that's all it really does. Just keeps everything in there in good condition and stops it rusting. It's actually pretty slow, this one. You can see it's only a small hose, so that's hydraulic hose, so it's only like 1/2 inch on the outside, so you can imagine inside it's only, I think it's only 5/16 or 3/8, probably 3/8, but then it's 25 metres long, so it's a long push for the grease to come through it, especially when it's a bit cooler. So that was off one of the service trucks. We swapped it because this one here had a 1/2 inch internal hose on it. It was really quick, but they need that quicker on site for filling grease pots than we do here. So we swapped it with one of the service trucks, but it does get there eventually. It's better than changing cartridges in your handgun. And a bit of slack there. We'll move it forward in a minute and then do it again just to get the slack out. There was too much slack in everything to hold one side still to tighten the other one, so once you've got a bit of tension there, the brake will then work on the other side to hold it there. Like she's starting to run out. Okay, that's a bit tight there. They shouldn't look like that when they're adjusted properly. However, once it moves and that slack comes out of there, I'd say that's going to settle down very nicely. Plus the field service blokes will go and check it all over once it's been working for a couple of hours. Okay, so that's about how you want it. But in the distance between there and the blade out there, it will change. So won't be much, but we'll make the final decision then. And then a couple of hours into working field service, we'll go and check her over and make it all good. So it's home time now. We'll go home and work on some real stuff. Okay, back at home now. We just put that jewel back on. That's the linings we done this morning. Just got idling over there so we can move it, because you're not going to be able to get it off here, all these old V8s here, so that front drive's got to come off that side. So we might just run it forward or turn it around, I'm not sure, but that's going to be the next one. We've already got shoes for it. Then a couple other jobs on this one. The starter solenoid, I've got to short it out down on the starter. It's getting a signal from the key, but not strong enough. There'll be a start relay somewhere that's faulty, I'd imagine. So I just worry about stalling at the lights or something like that. Then have to run around in the traffic and get it going again, which is, it's not right either way. So that and the blue one. I haven't been doing episodes on this because I don't get many views, so I'm just trying to entertain everyone in other ways of starting old things, and every time I put American or Australian trucks up I only get 4,000 or 5,000 views. I just had all the emergency shut off on this, was all seized. I thought I'd check it while the cab was up and it was seized, so I'll just give her got a couple of oil leaks in here, but nothing that's going to worry it too much. I'll give her a degrees. I've got to put that brace back on between the blower and the radiator, and there's a hose off the air compressor down to the block that cools the air compressor was leaking, so I made that out of reusables. There's reusable ends, and I've got a slack adjuster off it that was faulty. I actually got it to work again, so I didn't have to replace it. I've got to put that back on as well. Then that one's done apart from washing it. Okay, we just dragged that container out of here. I was under the old 8-wheeler before and found a few other problems. So we're going to move her over into this bay because I've got to pull the other side jewel off, and then we can put something else in there if it's sitting here too long to work on it. So I think we've still got the white and the other Kenworth to work on, the grey Kenworth. The other blue one's down here. We just took it down there near the tap and filled it up with a watering can. Now we just drain it again down there because the water in it's a bit rusty, so we just drain it down there, then we can fill it up back up with the hose. So when we bring that back up, I will film that so you can hear the Detroit. I didn't film moving it. I also found on it, the fan's not on there, but the water pump's gear driven, so it's still hooked up, but there's a bit of movement in that fan pulley. So we're going to do that because there's about 8 hours driving, 9 hours driving by the time you go down there and then back. So I'll do that through the week, stay back after work or something and use the tools in there rather than waste Saturday pulling that apart. I still haven't cleaned this cab out in here yet either since I've had it going, so that'll be happening so I can make the trip a bit more comfortable down there too. So this still doesn't start from inside, and I've got the key in it out of something else. It didn't come with a key, but this does eventually work. The one out of the grey Kenworth fits it, but no one's got one to cut. Haven't got a blank one the same. As I said before, this needs a start relay too, so that's something else I'm going to do while it is in the shed. Just cross it down here. Okay, now we're going to pull this jewel off. The front one, just do the brakes on it, and there's a broken air tank bracket under there I noticed. It's broken one end, and I don't know how I missed that when I painted it, but I did. So pop that out, put some more cocky shit on there, and then bolt that back up, and may have to get a U-bolt here too, because they've got some long nuts on the U-bolts and it's not quite protruding through there, and if anyone sees that, if it gets pulled in, it's going to be a defect. So I may have to get one of them made up unless it's a Ryco part like the forespring, and I'll get it out of a truck centre or something like that. I had a bloke comment, if this is really Australia, where are all the kangaroos, when I was doing the Volvo video, the yellow G89, and I don't know if he was being smart or something. I expected to see kangaroos everywhere if this is really Australia or something. Well, the reason you didn't see any was because I was looking at the truck, but we're at the shed now, and I don't know if you see these big fellas up here, but it's certainly Australia, believe me. They're eating the back lawn of my house. Just a quick update on the elephant truck before we go back over to the Kenworth. A few of you have asked me what's going on with it. Now, this was only ever something on the side, so I've still got the two pistons are still in it. I haven't been back near it. They're still soaking, which can only make it better. The other four pistons, however, I have been paying attention to. I took them to work, had them soaking in some rust solution with hot water. Part of the rings have let go, but not all of it. I don't know, they're still stuck solid, so if I try and dig them out, they're going to break, and the goal is not to spend any money on it. So if I maybe some hydrochloric acid just to try and eat a little bit of the rust out that's holding the rings in, or whether I just, you know, try and find some just for it. I don't know exactly what it is to buy rings for it, but whether I just buy a set of rings and no other money, I don't know. But I haven't forgotten. It was just an update while I was close to the a job while I was close to the house. So it's still going to happen, believe me. Just when we're over here tinkering around behind the house, we'll do more with it. Okay everyone, it's time to go home. Well, I'm home, but time to go to the house. The blue one needs the fan bearings doing, the fan hub bearings, and that's it for her, plus a wash. This one here, it's getting a weak signal to the starter. If you use the key to start it, the starter sticks in like it's drawing too many amps, it's not pulling in hard enough. So whether it's a solenoid up in the cab, a start relay up in the cab, whether it's a loose connection somewhere, I don't know. I can patch it up, but there's that many bloody wires in a Kenworth that aren't used and have been cut and replaced over the years. I don't really want to run anymore, but anyway, it's how it is. So that plus the U-bolt under here I haven't showed you. I think it's the same length as everything else, but the long nuts, if you can focus in there, the long nuts are on the shorter thread, which that shorter thread is across the whole lot because the axle rolls back and it's just got more reach. So they're the same bolts. So that's got to happen there. A couple of other things on this one. It's got a crack in a cross member plate, which isn't massive, but I just want to get on top of it. May not happen before the run, I'm not sure. Then we've got the grey Kenworth and the white that need to come around in here and have some work done to them too. If you are new here, this is a 46 jail bar Ford that my father and I are doing up. Thank you to Dwayne from Jack Pine Savage. He's kindly donated a brand new floor for it. So I can't believe it. I can't thank him enough, and I don't know how to repay him. He's all the way over in Minnesota somewhere. I've never met him, but we speak a lot by text and comments and stuff like that. So that's something that's coming up. But for those of you who watch all the time will know what's going on out here. This one here, I don't know what we're doing with it yet, whether it just needs a wash and check all the fluids and give the brakes a nip. Same with the white, I'm not sure. They're generally pretty good old workhorses, both of them. The Louisville's not going. It's not part of it. One, we haven't got a driver, and two, it needs a few. It hasn't got many defects, but it jumps out of gear, and I just want, whether I put another transmission in it or rebuild that one, I don't know. The Transtar's definitely not going. Something else I was going to ask you all. It's only the followers that would be still watching me now. Everyone else thinks I talk too much, but I like to. The G89 down the back has had a lot of views. Well, when I say a lot, it's a lot to me. It's up to 50,000 at the moment as I record this in 5 days, which is pretty good for me. But anytime I put an American truck up or an Australian truck, it gets very little views. When I put a Pommy or some European truck up, it goes pretty good. So let me know your thoughts. My mate Josh gave me this. It's a G88. It's complete apart from the radiator header tank and a few other little bits and pieces. It needs windscreens, but there's not really a lot to spend. Most rust has been cut out. You can see a patch up in the turret up in the other corner where the light's coming through. That's been cut out. That needs sewing back in. A little bit on the floor here and there, but not a lot. But let me know your thoughts. I'm thinking of bringing the old 4070 Transtar around here because I can't get glass for it. I found a company that'll bend it if I've got a template, unless I float it in there to their factory and they can measure it. I don't know, but it's about a 40-minute drive from here. But This is all here. We stripped it apart when his N12 burnt to the ground that time, and we're going to make another truck out of it. And then I don't know what happened while we stopped, but whether it was him or us, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It was a complete truck. I drove it in here. We've had it out a few times towing it, but it did come in under its own power. We were driving it round. I'm thinking of putting the Transstar in here and preserving it until I get glass, and towing this around and finishing it. It's got a 9-speed Road Ranger in it. It is single drive with a Volvo. It's sort of similar to Page and Page for those truck blokes that knew what that was. Sort of like a 30-70 sort of share, so it's got a bit of a rocker there. It hasn't got a full axle in the back. It's just got just a stub axle on a pivot that sort of supports the back of that spring on that drive axle. It's a TD100, which is a 10-litre turbo diesel. That means 280 horsepower, but 280 is pretty good for his single drive. I think it'd go fairly well. 9-speed overdrive in it, Road Ranger, as I said. But let me know your thoughts. If you're interested in other restoration, I think it's the one to do. I have got other stuff in the way. Again, the LNT, it doesn't need a lot, but I just want a few things to bring it up to spec. I don't want it immaculate by any means. Just few things that'll probably get defected. Not many. It wouldn't have got registered to start with, but things I've found that I'd like to do to it before moving on. So let me know your thoughts on that. The G89 stuff, any time I put it up, it's going really well. So I do thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed our Saturday here. We've done a lot more than what you've seen. We had to cut it short, but thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.